What's up, race fans? We're here at Raceworks in Berlin, Connecticut, home to the new driver full-time of the 11 Hummel Hot Dogs XK Modified, and that is Cory DiMatteo, making a return to full-time competition at Stafford Speedway after doing a couple races last year. Now, how did you and the Hummel team get paired up at the end of the 2021 season?
Me and John have talked before, just been friendly at the racetrack, and a mutual friend of mine kind of set up the deal. Talked to him at Stafford the handful of times I went, and that's kind of how it started.
You had a couple races this year in that car. How'd you feel about how they went? You had a little bit of bad luck along the way.
I felt good. The car handled really well. The motor felt good, so no real complaints.
How excited are you to be back in full-time competition at Stafford?
Really excited. I love the track. The racing there is like nowhere else. Competition's like nowhere else. It's a lot of fun.
Now, the last time you raced full-time at Stafford, you were really starting to get into your groove, and you actually got your first SK win. In your first couple years in the SKs, what have you been able to take away from those first few years that you can use when you come back full-time next year?
Just keeping the car in one piece every week and making it better the next week. You can't make anything better if it's tore up, so that took me a while to learn, but it's something that I think I'm pretty good at now.
How do you feel about going in 2022 in terms of goals, expectations, and such? I'm sure you want to go back to victory lane.
Yeah, I think I don't think it's without question that we'll be contending for wins at some point this year. The car felt just like my car does when I drive it, so I think we'll be good. That's the goal, is to win races.
Is there a benefit to driving for another car owner instead of maybe driving for a car that you yourself are responsible for more often?
Yes and no. Obviously, I'm still going to race his car how I'd race mine. I'm not going to go out there and beat on his equipment. I treat it as my own, but the help is huge, right? Because I've always kind of had a small group of guys that have helped me. Now I have a larger group of people that are going to help, so that's definitely an advantage that I haven't had before.
Not only are you doing SK racing full-time next year, you're going to do some open modified races as well. You already put your name in for the Spring Sizzler, so what got you to do the open modified races?
John owns a car and he wants to race it, and I do too, so we're going to definitely do the first one and then go from there and see how it goes.
Now, you did one open modified race, it was an MRS race years back. What did you learn from that one MRS race that you could possibly take into this time? Or what's the difference that you felt, whether you liked it or not, between the open modified and the SK?
I learned that it's extremely boring to ride around and save tires. So that is something I'm definitely going to have to get used to. But I remember that race was like a 75 lap race, and I think it went 73 laps green, and then we caught a yellow at the end. So hopefully they don't all go like that, but it definitely wasn't the most exciting thing I've ever done.
When you watched some of the SK racing at Stafford, even though you didn't compete in it, so what did you take away from what you saw this year that you can carry over to next year?
It's kind of the same it's been the past couple of years. I mean, the same guys are running up front. Some guys have gotten better, like Steven Kopchek's gotten a lot better, a lot stronger, but there's some guys that aren't there anymore. So I don't know, it's just the same, just working on your stuff, making it better every week and not getting complacent or lazy.
How excited are you to work with John Hummel, Eddie Flemke, and the Raceworks group?
Extremely. They're really nice people. They're going to give me everything I need to succeed, and I really want to get them their first win.
They came close to a win a couple of times this year. The 11 Hummel Hot Dogs team, Cory DiMatteo has an SK Modified win at Stafford. He's fast, he has what it takes, and we're excited to see what the 11 brings to the SK Modified competition in 2022.